Hi, I'm Annika Cook and I'm 64 years old.
So what prompted you to consider getting a vaginal rejuvenation treatment?
I started menopause when I was in my early 50s. I'm in my mid 60s now, and for the last probably 4 or 5 years, I have had very serious vaginal atrophy. I've had burning, itching, irritability, bleeding even, and don't even talk about sex. That was so painful that we just stopped doing it. And my poor husband, but that's just how it was. I just would flinch even when he would come to give me a hug, and it's not good to have in a marriage at all. And so I looked it up and I thought this is going to be something that I might consider. And I came to see Dr. Musa. And she and the team here are so welcoming, warm, and just friendly. And I love the fact that Dr. Musa is a registered doctor, and her team, she has nurses that assist her. So I really like that fact, as opposed to just somebody who has a medi-spa and is doing it just with a little training. So it was just wonderful.
How did you find the right provider for your vaginal rejuvenation treatment?
I started looking on the internet and I searched through and I was looking for somebody who would do the O shot as well. And I saw that Dr. Musa at Serene Radiance was one of the people. And I go with my gut a lot of times. And I kind of looked at the other ones and I came back to her, and it was definitely the right choice.
What makes Dr. Musa and her staff so amazing at performing the treatment?
From the receptionist to Dr. Musa and her assistants, everybody here is so warm, friendly, and professional. I love the fact that Dr. Musa is a registered doctor, and her assistants are nurses. So it is just totally professional that they are doing this, and not just somebody who maybe has a bit of training in this field. So I'm completely trustworthy in what they're doing and saying.
Tell us a little bit about what the treatment was like. Was it painful or uncomfortable? What did you feel?
I was a little nervous at first when I first came in. I wasn't too sure what to expect, although I had a consult before, and so I did kind of know, but once you're here, it's just a little bit different. So at first you disrobe and you get a numbing agent that's put inside you, and you're sitting there for a while until the numbness takes effect, and then you get into a pair of like you would at a doctor's office, into the stirrups. And then the laser treatment starts. They put the speculum in, and then they put the three different sets of lasers. And I won't say that it was totally painful. It was painful the first time for me, a little bit, because I was so dry. But really it wasn't, it felt a little bit more painful afterwards once the numbing agent went off. But no, it was actually quite a wonderful experience. And the same with the O shot too. You got the numbing agent before, and the thought of having a needle actually inserted into a couple of my private areas just made me want to just shudder. It was not painful at all.
What was the downtime and recovery period like for you?
The recovery time was actually very well. I was rested the next day. I went home the first session and I was a little bit queasy, but I think it was just because of the whole procedure and the newness to it. But Dr. Musa mentioned that you have to take it easy. You can't do any kind of very heavy lifting or physical activity for a couple of weeks, no exercising, and also refraining from intercourse for 2 weeks and 1 week after the O shot. And I felt it actually quite fine, and I was just so happy as each day progressed.
What do you feel the benefit of having the combination treatment of vaginal rejuvenation with the O shot? How do you feel it really helped you or have the results for you?
I decided to go with both the Intimalace and the O shot just because I think I wanted the full package. And I thought, if I'm going to do just the Intimalace, I thought, why not see if I can get a little bit more arousal, a little bit more feeling down there, because I have to say, I have been numb down there, other than the burning and the itching and the scratching. I have been numb down there for the last few years. So it's just a nice feeling to feel like a woman again.
How has the treatment changed your life, both physically and emotionally?
I wish that I had done this years previously, at least in the last 5 years. Physically, I have just changed immensely. You put on your outward appearance all the time and you smile, you go about your business, but inside you are just wanting to scream by the pain, the burning, the intense burning, the feeling of a knife sticking inside of you. it has changed my life so much physically and emotionally. I can't even tell you. I know that I've changed. I know I'm feeling so much better. So I'm friendlier. I'm not so irritable towards my husband. And I'm feeling so much better. And again, the emotional factor, a lot of it is the fact that I'm feeling like a woman and feeling like a normal woman again.
What would you say to someone considering doing their vaginal rejuvenation treatment at Serene?
Oh my gosh, Serene Radiance is just an excellent place. It's a beautiful facility to start off with. And Dr. Musa and her staff are just wonderful, professional, warm, kind beings. And they make the procedure just so comfortable and painless as can be. And actually it was very painless when I think back on it.
Would you recommend the treatment to other women, and why?
I would totally recommend Incontinence to any woman who is suffering from menopausal symptoms, the dryness, the itching, the burning. You don't have to live with that. And also too, for any woman who has been pregnant, I have not had birth children myself, but I've talked to many women and know many women who after childbirth, they become a little bit loose down there and lose the elasticity in their vagina. And that just makes it for themselves just uncomfortable, not womanly, and it makes sex just not as enjoyable for she and her partner. So I would totally recommend it because it definitely does tighten you up. You know, I wish I had done this 5 years ago when I really got the severe symptoms. I cannot believe the change it has done for me. I feel good down there now, and I feel just like a woman again, which is just amazing. I just can't believe how I have changed in the last 2 months since I have done my treatments here.